It's WarCraft Day.
Come play with us this game.
Well, hey there everybody, this is Stormy with the CapitalZ coming back at you with another replay request. This is going to be from the replay request series where anybody and everybody is welcome to send me replays. To know more about how you can do so, you can join the Discord server. Link to that is on the Twitch panel and in the description below. And also on the Discord server, apart from sending me replays for the replay request, guys, you can also get the chance to play some 2v2s and team games with me, or well, against me perhaps. We can have some games and stuff. We got a tournament coming in real soon. I want to host a team shuffle league real soon. It's going to be the 2v2 format, and I'm gonna be explaining that everything in a bit on the server. So coming back to this game over here, we got MoFaD spawning on the top right as the yellow undead player, opening up with, I believe this is Alter First. That's definitely Alter First build order. He is the top replay contributor to my channel, and he is also the top donor as well. On the bottom left, we got Sav70, also known as Rook, also known as Midnight Marauder, who's spawning in as the red Night Elf. On the bottom left, the map is going to be Concealed Hills, and this is going to be an interesting bout between them, as both of these players are really good at what they do. MoFaD is a really good undead player. Sav is also a really veteran Night Elf player, and while we didn't really have very good games between them earlier, this is a longer game. Well, I've already given you some hints on that one, so I'm expecting to see some good fights over here. Let's see how this turns out to be, as we have DK versus Keeper going in. There's not going to be any kind of cheese, not going to be any kind of wildcard selection going down, and oh, a little bit of a loss there for Sav as the Wisp gets entangled, or rather ensnared. Nidal player getting a taste of his own medicine for a moment there with the ensnare. For a momentary period, he wasn't able to use the healing ability, or rather repairing ability of the Wisp there, and couldn't really get some lumber there either. Wasn't that big of a loss though, not something that would matter in the long run, but it is something that does affect you a bit. So we have a second viewer. Don't be shy, please talk to us. Jockey and I love to talk to people. And ooh, MoFaD going to get rid of that Wisp that was essentially being a reporter to Sav right next to MoFaD's base. He will death coil it to death after whacking it once with the Death Knight. Now he's gonna seems to be going down for the early expansion. He did sell off his TP early on and bought Sacrificial Skull, Rod of Necromancy, what I would like to call the Undead starter pack. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it, the Undead starter pack, Sacrificial Skull and Rod of Necromancy. So this little technique which Undead and Orc players love to do of selling off their TP, this thing can actually be done by other races as well, and I'm actually planning to implement this into my build sometime in the future, and I think it should be a good one. We got Mantle of Intelligence and Rings of Protection on the Keeper over there, as Sav took out one orange camp and a green camp. MoFaD over here got ooh, a lovely item. I love this item. Pendant of Energy gives you 100 extra mana when worn. Now this is something that you really want to calculate a bit over here, which comes to be better. Of course, Pendant is better in this particular scenario against the Mantle of Intelligence. But if you want to compare it with something like a Robe of Magi, now you're gonna have to calculate stuff over here. Mana regen is increased with the increased intelligence, and you get 15 extra mana. So that's 60 mana and more regeneration against 100 mana. And I guess having 100 mana is definitely better than having more regeneration if you attempt to think about it, because you want to have that burst damage. It is situational depending on what kind of hero you're using. And he just loses Archer there, which he did. The Treants are doing their job of keeping the Death Knight behind for the small time there. Sav did detect that there is definitely an expansion coming in there, but there's very little that he can do to foil it or delay it or do pretty much anything about it actually, and he will have to just let it go and let it come by. Now what he can do in this situation is try to poke MoFaD a bit, take out a couple of his units and then back out, perhaps counter expand. I think that would be a good idea, as we had some really good micro play there between Sav and MoFaD, as those ghouls trying to surround the Keeper of the Grove, and Sav managed to shake off that surround and get another kill over there. Lovely there, it was amazing there. He's gonna get the kill on the ghoul there. Treant's gonna die, and time to back out lightly perhaps. Yep, it is time to do the alright, back out lightly. You know, I've made this so famous right now. It's actually from the game called Dawn of War 2, which has a retreat command, a retreat rather option. Whenever you're in a fight, you can just hit the retreat button, and the force that you are commanding will basically run back to the base. So they also like give out a war cry or a unit response while doing that. So in Dawn of War 2, the orcs say that whenever you hit the retreat command, they're like, "Alright, back out lightly." And I freaking love the way they say that. So I really made it famous. Sav never played Dawn of War, and he's already a fan of that. He's already come to me and like, "Oh yeah, back out lightly, man, go ahead." So Jockey says if your hero is intelligence, then I think Robe would win. And yes, if your hero is intelligence, then Robe is a win-win. It's a situational depending on the type of hero you're using and the type of spells you got over in your arsenal. If you're an archmage, I guess having the robe will be just a better option, because you don't really have any damage dealing stuff there. You're just gonna spawn in elementals, and you're basically just a walking talking mana pool. So I don't think bringing the archmage in that little example over there is going to be a healthy one there, because it's just a walking talking mana pool there. So we're gonna have MoFaD basically set up his expansion tier 2 coming in, and Sav on the other side, while he was trying to poke in towards MoFaD's base, well, he was just being into the transit area. He didn't really try to go into the main or to the expansion. He just tried to stay there in the transit area and dealt some damage, and he didn't really get a lot, but I guess it was reasonable enough. Because during the meantime, he managed to set up 2 Ancient of Winds, and while tier 3 is not really coming in right now, he will be getting in some Hippogriff Riders, and these things are going to be able to deal a lot of damage. Archers are known for their DPS with the latest meta, and Hippogriffs have the same attack rate. The only difference with the Hippogriffs is that they fly, so they become more mobile, but they do have a downside with the armor being made into light armor from medium armor. They do get 1 armor there, but it's light armor, so it takes extra damage from piercing and magic damage. So that's sort of a downgrade you get there. So from ranged units, while being a ranged unit yourself, you take more damage, so you have a situation there as a flying unit. Love the way Rook took out the big guy, and he got himself a Legion freaking Doom Horn, which is going to be a really good counter towards the Death Knight, I guess. Should be able to give him the extra speed regen as well to narrow the gap between both of the armies there, or rather the movement speed of both of the armies, be specific. I like how MoFaD put down the crib there. Now Undead players can do this all the time, and we see them do this all the time, but now you have a situation. What if MoFaD's base gets attacked with a lot of siege weaponry and stuff? You don't have an Acropolis to TP to. Like, MoFaD's on the other side of the base, and that's exactly what's gonna happen right now. But of course, it's gonna be attacked, but not with siege. So there's a lot of damage going down. The Hippogriffs Riders, the archers on the Hippogriff backs are going to be dealing a good amount of damage. MoFaD is going to pull in all of those acolytes, the crazy Steves, infamously famous on that game with Doda. They're going to be pulled in and reused, and I like how Sav is just staying into that transit area between MoFaD's expansion and MoFaD's base. He doesn't want to get in there and cause himself damage. He just want to stay in there, in the middle of that area and try to pick off as many units as he can, as he just moved away from that same area. It seems like he wants to get a red camp, but no, I guess he isn't really making his decision up. He's gonna stick to a single hero for the time being, and oh, really bad luck for MoFaD as that Fiend gets shut down. That Entangled Root lockdown is something right now. You have a really unique lockdown there with the Entangled Root. It's as good as a stun. The only difference is the unit will still be able to use spells. And yes, you can do this with Hippogriff Riders. Go towards the back line, take out the Lumberjack Ghouls, take out the Acolytes. The Crazy Steves are going to feel the wrath of the Angry Karens flying in from the top. And the Angry Karens mean business right now as they back out lightly towards the waters, while MoFaD's army is heading in. MoFaD does not really have a lot of anti-air here. He probably has a couple of webs. Does he even have web though? He probably does, because I don't see it being researched within the crypt. He probably does, because if he wouldn't, then he should had been using that. We don't really have a booster trained in to actually detect that. Well, maybe booster is. I don't have the premium version, so I don't know. As Sam tries to clear out his expansion area. He already took out a good amount of stuff from the middle. He's gonna put down a Tree of Life there, and like the way that he is gonna be counter expanding. Although I strongly feel that this counter expansion is a bit late by Sav. He could have put this down way earlier if you think about it, because he had the opportunity to do so, but he tried to stay there in that transit area between the base of MoFaD and his expansion. But while I wouldn't say that was a bad maneuver, he didn't really get too much out of it. If he would have put the expansion down earlier, it would have already been up by this time, and it would have already benefited him. Right now he is locked. He has basically locked himself at 50. He doesn't really have the 60 food supply yet. He's gonna put down another Moonwell, perhaps go all the way up till 70. He definitely will have to do that, because MoFaD is already sitting at 63 right now. He probably had a glimpse of MoFaD's army, and if he knows what MoFaD's army looks like, he definitely knows that going in with a 50 food army will likely not work out when it comes to a head-on fight, and this will be a head-on fight. As we got some Entangled Root going down, Death Coil to save it, Frost Nova. A lot of those Hippogriffs have been webbed down. Are they gonna get killed? One of them gonna taken out, one Hippogriff taken out. Other ones targeted out, one Fiend also taken out. Fiend for a Hippogriff. I don't think Sav got the better half of that exchange, if you think about it. Fiend is 1 unit, Hippogriff Rider are 2 units. So I don't think that's a really good exchange for Sav, if you think about it in that perspective. And he's still pushing in though, and he is managing to take out more Fiends. One more Fiend down, Death Coil there. Death Knight can Death Coil all night long. He got a big mana potion and 200 mana left in the tank. Another Fiend getting taken out. I'm not sure if that was a deny. Another Fiend. Whoa, Sav is actually owning. This is rather surprising. The might of the Angry Karens is actually surprisingly very strong, and Sav's just gonna creep this camp out for, I guess, gold and items, because he can't really get experience with level 5 Keeper there. He needs just a bit more experience to get all the way up to level 6. Gets Tranquility with that on the Keeper, although I'm not exactly sure how good Tranquility will work in this particular game, considering the fact that his only units are Hippogriff Riders, and he isn't using anything else but his Hippogriff Riders apart from his hero, which is a really interesting build if you think about it. No second hero, just the Keeper on the ground and Hippogriff Riders in the air. Of course, you can just bring them down at any point you want to convert them into archers and hippogriffs in the air. If you have a situation like that, you may want to perhaps do that at one point if your opponent tries to attack you. MoFaD put down a sentry ward there. MoFaD knows that Sav's coming, but he's still aggroed the creeps there. Fiend's going down in the front line. Death Knight is getting weak. Well, I mean, he's pretty strong right now, but he is being targeted. He does have TP, Potion of Invul, so should be fine for the most part. That's a lot of damage if you think about it. Wow. That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Hypocrite Riders actually managed to deal so much damage there onto the Death Knight within such less time. Angry Karens OP, I agree. Angry Karens are indeed OP, and Sav lost like 3 Hypocrite Riders there, so that's not a good exchange at all. Sav managed to like get the DK to TP, but really TP 325 gold versus 6 units. Yeah, that's what happened right now. 6 units versus 325 gold. You do the math. Sav definitely had the worst end of the exchange, even though MoFaD was the one to TP away. So Sam's gonna stay over here, and does he want to creep this camp out? I mean, there's no reason to creep it out unless until you want the gold and mega items, but you don't really have the inventory to carry any more items unless until you're getting a second hero. This is not gonna work out. You're gonna stay there and regenerate HP and get back to his base. Perhaps it was the Fountain of Heal. So Sav's right now sitting at an army of 68, and this is something that I would be expecting Sav to be doing. So he needs to make something happen right now. The only little tense scenario that he has is that he needs to wait for MoFaD to get out of his base and fight MoFaD outside the base, because within MoFaD's base, like, you just have a situation. And why wasn't Sav TPing, man? I was like, sure he's gonna CP there. There we go. There he is. The tree may go down. The tree goes down while MoFaD TPs away, and that's a big loss for Sav. Although Sav got himself level 6 there. I mean, Sav TP'd there pretty well. I mean, a tad bit late, I would say. Not a pretty late, it was a tad bit late. Jockey says 2 hippos lost there. I'm pretty sure I heard 3, Jockey. I'm pretty sure I heard 3 angry Karens dying. Pardon coming in. Okay, that's a good addition to the army. You got the aura.
A player's forces are under
It was definitely a super late repair, and it was definitely a late TP as well by Sav. If Sav TP'd in towards the expansion like immediately when MoFaD was engaging it, I think he would have stood a better chance of keeping it alive. Now the thing is that you already got this 50 plus food army, and you can't sustain it without the second expansion, second gold mine there, so you're gonna have to think about it. Level 4, 2 against level 6, 1. I must say that Sav has definitely stayed ahead in most of the game, if you think about it. Gotta back out the keeper there. Don't really want it to soak up the experience for no reason, because it's not gonna gain any. And the angry Karens are good enough to take out the creeps while they are within the range of the fountain. Tome of Strength. Got about 900 HP on that keeper. So that's gonna help him out against the Undead nuke. 900 HP is pretty good. The map is almost devoid of creep camps. We only got like 1 creep camper left over here, green one, which MoFaD may choose to take out, or well, rather not. His intention is to take out the expansion, which he knows that is coming in, and Sav's in here. Sav's nearby this time, and this time he's gonna be able to save his expansion. There's a lot of volleys there. 2 volleys managed to take out a single fiend. That is a lot of Hippogriff Riders, and he needs to pull he needs to pull MoFaD near to the area where all of those hippogriffs are webbed down. That is the only way he's gonna be able to fully be able to utilize all of them. We got some fairy dragons coming in. It's a 60-foot army versus 65 approximate. I think Sav's the one getting ahead in this fight. There's a lot of DPS there. 2 hippogriffs down, 3 hippogriffs down. More fiends are definitely getting taken out as the time passes on. We got a lot more death coils left, but really Sav is the one owning right now. MoFaD is gonna have to back out lightly if he wants to survive this game. Otherwise, Sav's gonna end it right here. All of the fiends getting taken out. MoFaD took out every single Sav took out every single fiend of MoFaD there. And this looks really bad for MoFaD, as he is following those units with the fairy dragons that are dealing some minor bit of piercing damage there, but just about enough with the numbers that he have. And I believe this is the right time to get some fairy dragons for Sav, as he got enough of those hippogriff riders. Now it's time to shift into something else that can add a bit of a dynamic to the whole fight there. Go in towards the health fountain, heal up a bit. Once your units are back up to strength, go back and hit him hard again. MoFaD has a lot of gold in the tank. I'm not really sure what his plan is. And Garg's coming in. That's his plan. To counter Sav's mass air, he's gonna get his own mass air. Now the question is, who's gonna win though? It's gonna be an interesting fight though. Hippogriffs versus gargoyles. Hippogriffs, if Sav manages to put down all of his archers down, and if we're gonna have like a fight between the hippogriffs and the gargoyles, I think the hippogriffs are just gonna win. Considering the fact that they already got like the 3rd attack upgrade there. I'm not sure about MoFaD though. Okay, MoFaD's also got the 3rd attack upgrade and that's like 100 damage there. Wow, that's a lot. I don't know how much an unmounted one does, because we're gonna need an unmounted one to view. It's only the 2nd one, but although they got the defense. Okay, so they do have a benefit over here in this situation. Hippogriffs, not the hippogriff riders. The hippogriffs will have light armor against the gargoyles. So light armor doesn't take extra damage against the normal attack of these gargoyles, which means they're going to be doing a lower roll, I guess, if that's the correct terminology. Yes, got it. And maybe not push in the keeper there. I wonder how this camp was left out. Definitely wonder. Got Sav pushing in for an 80 food army, man. That's 77 food worth supply. He just needs one more unit for an 80 food army, and I think he's gonna go all in for that. And maybe just put down a Tree of Life in the middle as well, you know, just try to lurk around it, defend it a bit, and push in. Main gold mines have expired, so yeah, the middle gold mine is gonna be a big contested situation right now. Now here's the scenario. Here's the big scenario right now. MoFaD's resting back at his base because he has nothing to creep. He can't engage Sav with what he has. He gets himself a Dreadlord, and will this be the difference maker though? The Vampiric Aura. The Vampiric Aura will also affect the gargoyles since their aerial attack is melee, so they're gonna be recovering. This is gonna be a close fight. This is going to be a close fight. I'm eager to see how this turns out to be. 77, 80, yeah, this is gonna be an 80 food fight versus an 80 food fight most likely. But you have the scenario right now, and whoa, Sav's already doing it. Sav's already putting down the Tree of Life in the middle contested expansion camp there. Well, contested as in players contested to creep rather than contest to expand, but it is an expansion and you can totally set it up. Now you have a funny thing going about it. It's actually on a plateau there, so you can't really come in from the top over here by any means, or is there? No, it's on a plateau for sure. Yep. So Sav's also trying to make up a nice little entry here for himself or something, or maybe not, maybe just not. Here it comes, coming in. Jockey's Pondia, Vampiric Aura, pretty good. Tranquility, okay, Tranquility will definitely affect this. Sav needs to unmount those hippogriffs right now. Unmount them, push them in, come on, no! He's just gonna let them die, or he's gonna target them down one by one. Tranquility needed right away. Tranquility going down. Gargoyles! Gargoyles are dying. Gargoyles are unarmored. They're taking extra damage from the piercing. One hippogriff finally getting out. Archers being put down. Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs in the air! They're pushing back. They're pushing the Gargs back. Level up for the Dreadlord. Carrion Swarm incoming. Carrion Swarm! Come on, MoFaD, Carrion Swarm! No, the Dreadlord goes down! He can't possibly mean to! Sav's got this. And Sav managed to completely annihilate the entire aerial army of MoFaD. Staying in with an army, or rather a food count of 56, out of which 16 are workers. And hey, Crazy Steve! There we go, yeah, take out damn Crazy Steve. Like, how the hell did he even survive? What the hell was he even doing there? Oh wow, that was great. Alright, time to back out lightly towards the health fountain. Get himself some health back. And then back to the expansion. Yes, definitely back to the expansion, because MoFaD's about to lose his expansion now. MoFaD pushed in with acolytes. Okay, so we had acolytes in the front line, I see. Probably wanted to contest the gold mine. Hey jockey, yep, that's definitely the way to go. Although a very sad situation for Night Elf and Undead players, that they kind of have to entangle or haunt the gold mine before they can actually extract anything. And yep, Sav did make himself an entry and exit point here, so that he can easily go towards the fountain, easily come back. And yeah, this is how you play Night Elf, this is how you play Keeper. Learn from the professional, learn from Sav. Sav70 is now pushing in, and I think he is about to finish the business right now. Dreadlord is back though. I think Sav's got this in the bag. I think he's gonna be able to push in and finish this. He's gonna go after the Fiends. Tranquility going down, although sleep may... No, we don't have sleep there. Although everything is attacking. Got a potion of Inwell. I think he's gonna pop it out at the very last second before a deadly nuke comes down. He definitely doesn't want to wait for a deadly nuke. Undead nuke can just melt you down in a second there. All those aerial units are so hard to deal with. Like, how do you micro in a situation like this? Level 5 freaking Portum. Like, really? How did you get a level 5 Portum? Death Coil! Oh, it survived! But did not survive the Frost Nova. Sav got himself to the shop in time. I don't think he bought the Invul on time, and yeah, he couldn't buy the Invul on time either. That's, yeah, you just have like a second delay or before the shop gives you the option, so wouldn't be Sav's fault either, I would say. Right now, oh no! Is MoFaD coming back? He can't possibly mean to. This isn't happening. This is not happening. It appears that MoFaD's coming back. Level 6, 4 and 2. And they're pretty much good enough to actually fight against an army. Carrion Swarm going down. We got some heroes being revived. Just the Portum. And I think that's a good idea, but he's gonna get nuked again! Back it out, just back it out. Just back it out. Keep it away. As far away as possible from the undead heroes. We got Keeper being revived the old-fashioned way, right? You just have this situation when once your hero levels up beyond a point and once you cross a certain stage of the game, you can't afford to freaking wait for the altar to revive. Like, look at this. This is going to take so long. No, the moon. The priestess of the moon. Moonwells, regenerate right now. There we go. MoFaD is the one on the back foot now. He's gonna have to back out lightly, but he's gonna try and attack the expansion. Expansion's taken out. This is MoFaD's only hope. MoFaD has no gold income. Undead nuke is always devastating, says Jockey. MoFaD going to hero nuke strategy, and that was the only way he could have gotten out of that situation against Sav there. Right now, and I think he may just be able to do it again. Dreadlord gaining level. This looks bad. All the heroes are gaining levels. Level 6, 5 and 3 against level 7 and 5. And the Keeper is... Actually, well, you don't really have a lot of time left now. Didn't realize that much time escalated. But now, Sav's okay losing this gold mine. It's not like a scenario where you want to lose it. And yeah, MoFaD kinda just... Yeah, that Dreadlord just kind of blew away that Carrion Swarm for no reason. Or Oh no. He didn't blow away the carrion swarm for no reason. He melted the wisps using the carrion swarm. That's what he did. And he's unsummoning buildings, of course. He unsummoned most of his buildings at the expansion. The best thing as an undead player, I guess. You know, if the blight wasn't present as when in an undead player's base, nobody would have known that there was an undead player base. If you can just unsummon your stuff and just move away. Maybe you can just, you know, send in your destroyers and do some devour magic. And, you know, take out all the blight from an area just to make sure your opponent thinks that, okay, nobody was here earlier. Which is a rather unconventional way of doing things, really. Okay, Sam's gonna use his opening that he created for himself. Gonna go after those destroyer... not rather destroyer, optional statues. But this time MoFaD is going in towards Sav's only gold mine left. Sav's coming in from the back. We probably have a hero nuke coming in. Hero nuke on the bottom. Big carrion swarm. But we got a lot of damage. Tranquility! This has to work. Bottom goes down. And there's really no way Sam's gonna be able to take out the Undead hero there. This is the situation right now. Without the same type of damage, I must say, single target damage with a death coil with a frost nova, like, I don't know if Sam's gonna be able to do it, but he's coming back and I think he's gonna manage to take out all of the units. He did. Only the heroes remain, but Sam's hero is getting weak. I don't believe it. He got lich. He got the lich, but MoFaD's trying to play a game. Trying to block him between both of his heroes, and there was a lovely sequence of carrion swarm and death coil, but unsuccessful. Did not kill the keeper. The keeper is alive. Last stand. Dreadlord gets taken out, and the victory goes to Sav. Need to buy a new post, says Jockey. And the Dreadlord goes out with a bang. He can't possibly mean 2 dice. Amazing. That was an absolutely action-packed game with twists and turns, and that was great. That was amazing. If you have like share it with your friends or something, like give it across YouTube or something, that was amazing. Like, you definitely want to have to watch that match. That versus MoFaD, they just put off a hell of a show right now. Absolutely amazing. Can do much versus Moonwells. Yep, can do much versus Moonwells. Absolutely, that was Sam's way of coming back to counter the Undead hero combo. And while I would say Death Knight Lich Dreadlord combination, definitely when all of them are all of them have crossed level 4, is definitely a good combination versus Keeper and Potom, which essentially aren't themselves damage dealers. They're more relied on the support, and they're rather the support thing. You can shut down something and then deal damage. You don't really have a single target burst damage like Death Coil or Stormbolt. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and listening. If you have enjoyed what you have seen, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more. Just like always, I will seeing you on the next episode of Warcraft Day.
It's Warcraft Day. Come play with us this game.